Come with me as we take on every Soulsborne, Souls-like, and Souls-kinda-like game that there is. In this series, we're going to take on every single boss in each of the games. Today we are playing the Souls-like from the French studio Spiders, Steelrising.
To us, this new bodyguard of yours.
Aegis?
Madame.
The king must be stopped.
The very kingdom is at stake.
So after an introductory cutscene, we start out in typical Souls-like fashion in an area by ourselves to learn the mechanics of the game. And it takes me an embarrassing long time to really figure out the mechanics of this game. Then we progress through the zone and we find our equivalent to the bonfire in this game, the Vestal. And honestly, these ones are probably some of the coolest ones I've seen thus far. Then we make our way to the first boss, the Unstable Lancer. As I said, it took me a pretty long time to figure out how to actually play this game. After the first boss down, we find this chest, which has the pair of weapons that we're going to use for the rest of the game.
Nice.
Then we're going to try and get on this boat, but we're going to be met with our second boss, the Unstable Lightning Ram.
Hello, motherfucker.
Weak.
We took care of it on the first attempt. Then we head to the next zone, which is spelled like Gross Caillou, but this game is French, and I know that's not how you pronounce this.
Someone hid upstairs. I just need to find a way in from the outside.
Imagine being upstairs and hearing that from someone downstairs. Terrifying. And we learn that Aegis can in fact not swim. After progressing through the zone, we're going to make our way to the next boss, the Unstable Forger. I really like my grenades in this fight. Nothing too crazy, we got it on the first attempt. Then we activate an elevator so we can go meet our first character of the game. Don't ask me any of their names because I do not know.
He'll be seeking refuge at the Société des Amis des Noirs on Place Saint-Méry, not
Huh?
far from Les Halles. Here, take the key to the carriage. It'll no doubt be of use to you.
We make our way to the next zone, which I'm not even going to try to say the name of, where we are going to meet yet another character that I could not tell you the name of. But also, we just walk into his house and he doesn't notice us at all. I don't get that. These guys were probably my favorite enemy in the game because the little trumpet thing made noise every time he swung it, and I just thought it was funny. Then we face the unstable statuary ram, and this turns out to be the first gank fight of the game. So we got lost in that last area for a couple hours and decided to go to the next one instead, where we are going to meet yet another character that, yep, you guessed it, I do not know the name of.
Wait.
There are a lot of cutscenes in this game.
You were made of neither flesh nor blood. You were an automat like those who committed this massacre.
What the fuck?
I died way too many times to water. But then we're going to roll up on the next unstable boss, the Unstable Butcher. Again, not too hard, we got it on the first attempt.
All that remains is the massacre.
And then we finally get to our first main boss. These are called Titans, and this is the Bishop of the City, or Cité. I don't know. I can't speak French. I could never reliably dodge that attack.
Oh, come on!
I swear he slowed down to get me there. That one I do not understand at all. Then we're going to roll up on our second Titan boss. This is the Selenite of the Louvre, I think is how you say it.
Emotional damage.
Then we make our way to the Luxembourg area, and we get stuck up here and start doing a dance, and I literally had to quit out of the game in order to get out of this spot. And then we make it to another unstable boss, the unstable Falcon this time. Next up is the third Titan boss, and this is the Alchemist of Luxembourg. And then several hours into the game, we more or less find our hub. This is pretty much where all the characters we have met so far are just hanging out and planning on either starting or preventing the French Revolution. I never quite understood what I was doing. And then we make our way back to one of the first areas of the game, where we're going to fight an unstable boss version of my least favorite enemy in this game, the Frost Acolytes. Which is then going to be followed up by one of my favorite bosses of the game, the Treasurer of Les Invalides, I think is how you say it.
Huh?
After that, we head down into the mines and we fight the Unstable Scout. Then further into the mines, we're going to find the next Titan boss. This one is the Centaur. Then we're going to head back to the surface and fight the unstable ballista ram. It's just a robot with a crossbow.
We?
Then once we're inside of the Bastille, we fight the Titan boss in here, the Executioner. Now this one I actually really liked, and I'd say he's probably my favorite of the game because he's literally just a robot guillotine. That's it, and I think it's great. After the Executioner, we head into the DLC and we fight the unstable Grave Digger. I didn't have my usual bonk sound effect on killing the unstable Gravedigger because a cutscene queued immediately following that. But at the end of the DLC, we fight the Scribe Titan.
Fuck you! Fuck!
After the DLC, we head to the last area of the zone. We fight the last unstable boss of the game, the unstable Gargoyle.
Double kill.
Then we make our way to the end of the game. We meet the King and Cagliostro again, and we're going to fight the Iron Queen, which is just a robot peacock. And that will do it for Steelrising. Now, full transparency guys, I really did not like this game. This was actually the first game in the series of video games that I've played so far that I really struggled to finish because I just plainly didn't like it. I'm playing on PC and there were a lot of issues with this game, a lot of glitches, and apparently this game was very poorly optimized for PC. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I have the best PC that could exist, but my PC can handle pretty intense games like Elden Ring, for example, on pretty decent graphics, and this game really struggled on the low settings, so that bothered me quite a bit. The combat didn't really do it for me. The story I really couldn't have cared less about. It was just overall not an enjoyable experience for me. Now, I don't know how many of you, if any, take recommendations from me seriously about which games to play or buy, but if you do need a Souls-like fix, this one would probably do it for you, but I would highly suggest waiting for it to be on sale. It is pretty disappointing for me since this is going to be the last video of the year and the last game that I play of the year, and that we're ending it on a dud. That is pretty disappointing, but like my intro says, I'm going to be playing every Soulsborne and Souls-like that there is, so of course there are going to be some duds here and then. But with all that being said, if you've made it this far in the video, as always, I appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you in 2025. Peace!
You are not my master, tyrant. You never were.
I am quite happy to concede this point, but what about the Count? Have you forgotten that he gave you life and whispered the order that animates you? Look how he runs, the coward. Do you understand what he has in mind? La pauvre enfant, sleeping so sweetly, she won't be dreaming for long now.
Vaucanson! Aegis! Don't move!
The time has come to set you free, Aegis. This whore's soul has poisoned your cogs for too long. Adieu, sad puppet. Auntie Devine, I don't want to die.
Aegis. The sun is rising, and you have slept for far too long. The beauty of this world longs for you, just as you long for its light, for you are like the flowers that open in the morning. I know you, mon ami. We loved each other. Vous en souvient-il? You gave me your heart. So please, let me give you mine today. Vivez heureuse, Aegis, for it is happily that I leave this world.